transaction data as well. Transaction data in the sense like data related to order delivery and billing over here. Okay. So how to go for creation of orders, carry out the delivery process, and issue a bill to the customers. The transaction data will be maintained over here. So that what end users will be doing every day, working with our master data creations and working with our transaction data. And what exactly the role of a consultant in this particular project, what the consultant will be doing over here. So he will be given authorizations to work with the configurations and customizations over here. And according to what he will be doing the configuration, according to the business requirements, like going for creation of enterprise structure. All the configuration need to be carried out according to the client business process over here. And once he is going to do the configuration, once he is going to establish the system, so he need to provide the support to the client over here. Okay. Now there are going to be different designations what we have seen, like what an SAP consultant will be provided based on the years of experience he's having it. Now after we have started working with our terminology over here, so what do you mean by a company or a client? Now company or the client is going to be the one who will be using SAP, and company is going to be the highest level in enterprise structure over here, and it will be responsible for the allocation of budgets for this SAP implementation. I'm taking an example of a Reliance over here. So if you're taking Reliance as a company, it is operating n number of businesses, and each and every business or entity will be mapped as company code over here. And company code is going to be the highest level in finance department. And what kind of information this company code will be providing us? This company code is going to provide you the balance sheet, like how much profit and how much loss we are getting from that particular company. It will be addressing over here. In the same way, we are going to have our factory or manufacturing unit over here. This factory or manufacturing unit itself, we are going to map it as a plant over here. And plant is going to be the highest level in MM and PP department, because MM department will be responsible for maintenance of our inventory, maintain the stock levels. In the same way, production department will be responsible for carrying out all the production activities over here. And inside a factory or a manufacturing unit, we are going to have different storage location, and each and every storage location got its own importance. Now storage location is nothing but a subdivision of a plant over here. Now what do you mean by the subdivision, and what is the purpose of it? Now storage location is going to be the place where the stock will be maintained. Okay. Stock will be maintained. Now for each and everything, there are going to be different storage location activated. For finished product, storage location is going to be the place where we are going to maintain finished goods. Raw materials, all your raw material stock. Semi-finished, all your half manufactured. And scrap is going to be the storage location where we are going to maintain all our faulty goods. Okay. Stock will be maintained. Now with the help of this storage location, what is going to be the other advantage? So it will be providing you the stock count. How much stock is available in the plant. Okay. Based on that stock count, what we can do, we can carry out our forecasting, and we can also go for the procurement process. Okay. So it is going to provide a lot of information, the storage location. And storage location is going to be subdivision of a plant over here. And we have seen like what do you mean by this godowns and warehouses. This godowns or warehouses will be mapped as depot over here, and depot is going to be the place where we are going to maintain the stock. There will be no production activities carried out over here. In plant, there are going to be production activities carried out, but in depot, there will be no production carried out over here. In domain terminology, we are going to call it as a sales department over here, and sales department is what we are going to call it as a sales organization in SAP. Okay. Now, the sales organization is going to be the highest level in SD department, and it will be responsible for selling the products and providing the services. And every company is going to have its own set of customers, wholesale customers, retail customers, bulk buyers, internet sales, different varieties of customers. And each and every customer, we are going to map it as a distribution channel over here. Now, distribution channel is nothing but channel through which saleable material will be reaching the customer. Now, for wholesalers, retailers, bulk buyers, we will be not selling the product at same price. We will be selling the product at different prices. For that purpose only, we go for maintenance of multiple distribution channels over here. Distribution channel is nothing but how the saleable material will be reaching the customers over here. And the company is going to sell different varieties of products, or we can also classify it as a product line solution. For example, TV, mobile, laptops. Now, if you get into any kind of an electronic store, you will be seeing all the TVs getting displayed at one location, mobile phones at one location, laptops at one location, like that. So that is what we are going to address it as a division over here. Division is nothing but group of collection of products. Okay. Group of collection of products. How you are going to categorize your products as. Okay. Now, where exactly these people or our wholesale customers, bulk buyers will be coming and buying these TV products and mobile phones? It's going to be our branch office or franchises, or you can also call it as an outlet over here. So this terminology will be mapped as sales office, which is nothing but a point of contact between customer and the company where the people come and buy the products, which will be mapped as a geographical location over here. It's going to be a physical entity where the people come and buy the products. And people who work in the sales office, we are going to address them as a sales staff over here. Sales staff. People who work in the sales office, we are going to address them as a sales staff. And sales staff will be divided into sales group. And we have taken an example. For example, if you are having total 10 staff members, out of which one will be acting as a manager, and we are having 3 sales groups. One group will be selling TV, one group for mobile, one group for laptops. So 3 people getting involved in each and every group over here. So their functionality is nothing but selling that particular product itself. Nothing more than that. And after that, we have seen like what you mean by this credit control area. What is the functionality of this credit control area? Now, credit control area is nothing but it is going to be responsible for fixing up the credit limit of the customers. Now, how much credit limit we need to assign to our customer? Based on what factors? It is going to be based on past payments and past transactions executed. Okay, based on past payments and past transactions. And we have seen this loading dock or loading point, which will be classified as shipping point over here. Now, shipping point is going to be the place where the goods will be dispatched to the customers, and always shipping point is going to be assigned to the plant, and always shipping point is going to be assigned to the plant. Okay. So the different terminology we have seen in the last class, and apart from that, we have seen the system navigation. What are the different things? We have worked with our SAP R/3 architecture. What do you mean by this R? R stands for real time, and 3 stands for 3-tier architecture, where you are going to have a presentation layer, application layer, and a database layer over here. A presentation layer is nothing but your laptop or desktop where we are going to install SAP. If you need to execute any transactions, we will be opening SAP software where we are going to input our transactions over there. And whatever the transactions you are going to enter in the presentation layer, it will be dispatched to database layer with the help of application layer over here. So it will be passing that transactions from presentation layer to database layer. It will be retrieving that data, and again it will be showing us on our presentation layer. So there's what you mean by presentation, application, and database. Presentation layer is going to be the place where we are going to install SAP. Application layer will be acting as a dispatcher, and database layer is going to be your hard disk where the data is getting saved database. And what does SAP GUI stands for? This SAP GUI or SAP GUI stands for Graphical User Interface. And right now we are working with IDES server over here, and IDES stands for Internet Demonstration Evaluation System. It is going to be only used for education purpose. We cannot use this particular server to run our daily transactions. Okay. It's only a demo client what SAP has provided. And the latest version which is available in the market is ECC. ECC stands for Enterprise Central Component, and the version we are working with 6.0. Okay. And after 6.0, SAP has stopped releasing new versions. Instead of it, it started releasing packs, EHP packs. And EHP stands for Enhancement Pack over here. And the latest pack which is available in the market is 7. EHP 7. Okay. There's newly updated, I think it is like more than 2 to 3 months which has been released into the market. EHP 7. Before it was EHP 6. And if you want to go for the certification right now, there is 2 kind of certification. One you can appear on EHP5 or EHP6. Okay. Now, there are going to be two screens what we are going to work on. One will be addressed as an SAP Easy Access screen. So there's going to be the screen, SAP Easy Access screen. And this screen will be used by the end users to carry out daily transactions. Like, for example, our transaction data and master data. Okay, creation of customers and material will be addressed as master data, and transaction data would be order, delivery, and billing process. And maximum number of sessions we can open in SAP is going to be 6, not more than 6 windows. And here we are not going to call it as a commands, we are going to call it as a transaction codes. In shortcut, we are going to address it as T code over here. And if you want to open a new session, you can hit on this icon over here, okay, to open a new session, or in the command box you can enter our transaction /O over here, /O, to open a new session. And if you want to log off from SAP, or if, for example, right now I have been logged into 2 windows. If you want to log on in one window or log off from one window, hit on log off over here. Right now I'm in one window itself. If you want to totally come out of SAP, /NEX, there is going to be the transaction code, /NEX. Okay. It's going to be the part. And what is going to be the first transaction which we are going to work with? Let me log in. It's going to be SPRO, and SPRO stands for SAP Project Reference Objects over here. Now there's going to be the first transaction code, SPRO. So here, whatever the project has been allocated for you, the project description will be maintained over here. You need to select that particular project name, and you need to hit on SAP reference IMG. Now, this IMG screen is going to be the place where we are going to do the configurations. Okay, where we are going to do the configurations over here. So this is going to be the screen which will be given access to the consultants to do the configuration and customizations according to the business requirements. Okay, IMG screen. So it will be used by the consultants to do the customizations and configuration according to business requirement. Okay. Now, so this is nothing but a general interaction about how you need to log in into the SAP and how you need to execute the things. Now, once you log in into SAP over here, under display IMG, the first thing we need to go for creation of our enterprise structure over here. Okay. Enterprise structure. And if you want to know what exactly the functionality of this enterprise structure, a documentation has been maintained over here. And that is nothing but we are going to address it as a library, SAP library, where you can go through and you can understand what are all the things which need to be maintained in that particular scripts. And if you get into enterprise structure, there are going to be 2 different activities which need to be executed. One is going to be the definition, and second one is going to be the assignments. Under definitions, we are going to define each and every entity in different modules. In real time, you will be given authorizations to work with only sales and distribution, okay, because the rest of the module configuration will be carried out by the respective consultants. Here we are not having any FI or MM consultant to do these activities. We will be working with total enterprise structure, okay, where we are going to get into financial accounting and we are going to define what all the things which are required for sales and distribution. In the same way, once done with your defining of each and every entity in each and every module over here, we will be getting into assignments over here, because we need to establish the relationship between each and every module over here, because there need to be a cross module or cross communication which need to be getting developed. So under assignment also we will be working with different areas. Okay. So before we start working with our enterprise structure creation, so with which company we shall start working with? Which maintain any kind of data? No, right? So any suggestions from your end from which company we shall take it to work on?
Apple.
Apple? Fine. Not a problem. So we shall work with our Apple. where we are going to implement SAP for Apple company. Okay. Now, so first thing, like I'm just maintaining this notes over here so that it will be used for further reference. So what all the things we have configured. First step, we will be seeing over here how to go for creation of company into SAP company. So normally it will be part of your finance department who will be going for creation of our company over here. So under enterprise structure, under definitions, there's going to be the first step. I'm getting into financial accounting over here. If you get into financial accounting, there are going to be number of steps which need to be configured. Okay. So first step, we are going for creation of company. Define company. Once you hit on this activity, IMG activity, define company, a new screen will be getting opened over here. So what all companies which has been maintained in this client or in this server, all the information is getting displayed. Nearly half of the data has been provided by SAP itself for reference purpose for understanding the business. And if you want to go for creation of company in this particular screen, you can take the help of new entries over here. Okay. You can take the help of new entries. So hit on this new entries over here and maintain a code for your company. So the company code is going to be of 6 letters, which can be alphanumerical combination. Not more than 6 letters, you cannot enter it. So our company is Apple. Just maintain that Apple over here. And in the next field, we need to maintain the company name. Okay. I'm maintaining the name of the company. If there is any second name for that particular company, you can go for maintenance of that name. And these are nothing but each and every tab you're seeing over here, we're going to call them as a fields. Fields. We are going to maintain the data in this fields over here. Okay. And here under detailed information, we are going to maintain where exactly the address, like where exactly this particular company has been maintained over here. So I'm just maintaining some dummy address over here. Jubilee Hills, post box number 897, postal code. Let's maintain the postal code. Where city it has been operated. Maintain that city, country, IN, and now. Here you can see we are getting one more icon which is getting activated. There's nothing but we are going to call it as a match code. Match code. Match code. It is nothing but we can also call it as a selection screen. Okay. Match code or selection screen. Now if you hit on this match code over here, what are the possible countries which are updated in SAP, you will be getting all the total information. Altogether in SAP, 236 countries has been maintained. From this list of countries, you can select your country. So I'm selecting it as IN over here. You can take the help of this binocular, which is nothing but Control F, find. Now I'm getting the country code as IN. Just maintain that information over here. And next one is going to be the language key. So language is going to be English, and for English, EN is a core activated. And in which currency? The currency will be maintained. It's going to be INR, Indian rupee. There are going to be a lot of currencies over here. Okay, you will be getting all that list. Altogether 218 currencies has been updated. Maintain the data in each and every field over here. Hit on enter and go for saving this particular data in our server. When you hit on save, you will be getting one customization request. Okay. There is nothing but we are going to call it as a customization request. With the help of this request only, we are going to transfer the data from one client to another client or from one server to another server. If you want to move the data from one server to another server, with the help of this customization request only, we are going to move it. And normally it is going to be the part of basis guys who will be transporting the data from one server to another server. Okay. So here we will be going for creation of customization request. Now this is not our request. We cannot save the data under this particular request over here. If you want to create your own customization request, you can see an option called as create request over here. Just hit on this create request, maintain the description over here. So I'm just maintaining it as an Apple enterprise structure. Apple enterprise structure. Now hit on save. I'm maintaining the short description over here and hit on save. Once you hit on save, a new request number has been popped up and your short description has been getting displayed. And if you're trying to do any kind of changes to the short description, it cannot be changed over here. Okay. Now, once you maintain your new request number and the short description, hit on save. So all the data which are updating in SAP will be getting updated in this particular request over here. So hit on save over here, continue. Data was saved and your data has been updated in our server. Once you maintain the data, without maintaining data, if you're coming back, your data will be not getting saved. We need to make sure always you're hitting on this icon for saving your data, or shortcut you can use Control S. Control S. Okay. So there's how you go for creation of company over here. So we have created company by the name Apple. So this one to be the first step. Now, second step, we need to go for defining our credit control area. Now, credit control area functionality is nothing but how much credit limit need to be offered to the customers. So there will be a separate entity updated in SAP which will be taking care of assigning or maintaining the credit limits. Now, how to work with our credit control area over here. So if you want to come back, so there's going to be the back arrow. Okay. And if you want to see your company code from this list of companies maintained, so take the help of position, enter company, and hit on execute. It will be taking you to that particular location where exactly your data has been updated. And if you want to see what all data you have maintained, select that particular line item. Whenever I'm saying select line item, you need to come to this area and you need to hit on that particular line item. This line item is getting selected. And if you want to get into details, you can see this magnifying glass, which is nothing but details. So what all the data you have maintained, it will be showing you. If you want to do any kind of updation to the existing data, you can do it and you need to hit on save. Okay. So this is going to be the first step, creation of company over here. Now second step, under financial accounting, we will be going for creation of credit control area. Okay. Creation of credit control area. Once you hit on this activity, define credit control area. So there is going to be the screen, okay, where the credit control area code is going to be maintained of 4 letters, which can be alphanumerical combination. The code is going to be of different letters, and like the length of the code is going to be different for each and every organization in a company. Okay. For company, it was 6 letters, the maximum, and for credit control area, it is going to be 4 letters, which can be alphanumerical combination of alphabets and numbers. Okay. To create our credit control area over here, hit on new entries. Hit on new entries. Now here we need to maintain a code for credit control area where I'm activating it by the name APPC. Apple C stands for credit control area. And in which currency it need to be operated, maintain that currency information as well. INR. So only these 2 fields I'm activating at the moment. So when I start working with our credit management, I'm going to maintain the data in rest of the fields, what you're seeing over here. Right now, you will be not understanding what is the exact functionality of this particular fields over here. I'm going to update it when we start working with our credit control area. And you can see here we cannot maintain the description for our credit control area. This field is in gray mode, GREY. Gray mode is nothing but display. We cannot maintain the data over here. The data is going to be in the display mode. Okay, just maintain your credit control area over here, the code, and in which currency it need to be operated, and go for saving that particular entry. Go for saving that particular entry. We're getting the same request number where we have updated our company information, save it under that particular request. So hit on continue. Your credit control area has been created. Now, for this credit control area, we need to go for maintenance of our description. For that purpose, just come back, hit on back arrow, and here maintain the description for your credit control area. So Apple credit control area. Hit on enter and go for updating it by hitting on save. Okay. So there is going to be the second step where we have defined our credit control area over here. Credit control area updated by the name APPC. Now, third entity which we need to create over here is going to be the company code. It's going to be the company code. Save it, come back, and this is going to be the third step under financial accounting. Edit, copy, delete, check company code. Normally this company code creation will be executed by finance department. So before they go for creation of company code, there are going to be some dependent entries which need to be activated. For example, GL accounts. Okay. All the GL accounts need to go for maintenance of it, then only they will be going for activation of this company code over here. Right now we are not the finance department guys where we will be given authorizations to work with our GL accounts. So I'm not going to create my company code. Instead of creating our company code, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy it from a reference company code. Then how you are going to execute this particular functionality over here. When you hit on this activity, edit, copy, delete, check company code, a new screen is getting displayed over here where you're able to see two options. Edit, copy, delete, check company code, and second one, edit company code data. So I'm selecting the first option over here, copy, delete, check company code, where I'm going to copy the data from a reference company code. So just double click on this first line item over here, and this is going to be the initial screen which is getting displayed. If you're trying to copy it, only two things which I'm going to copy while going for creation of enterprise structure would be company code, and second one would be the plant. Only these two things I will be copying it, and rest of the things I'm going to configure it. And how you're going to copy it? From left hand side, second icon, which is nothing but copy icon. You need to hit on this copy icon over here, and you can see one timer symbol got activated saying that percentage of tables which has been read it. Now, whatever the data we are going to update in SAP will be updated in the form of tables. So what all tables are required for copying the data for creation of company code, that associated tables will be getting readed up, and we are going to get one pop-up message. From which company code you want to copy the data to which company code. So this would be the screen where I'm going to define my company code as well. Okay. So I'm just going for maintenance of this data over here. Company code will be maintaining the company code as APP1 over here. Okay. Or APIN. I'm going to activate it as an Indian company code. APIN. And if you want to create the multiple company codes, you can maintain it. For example, you want to go for creation of a second company code for US, AP US. So Apple US, like that we can maintain a number of company codes over here. But right now, I'm going to carry out the business operation in India region itself, so I'm taking it as APIN over here. There's going to be the naming convention which I'm going to maintain. And company code naming convention is going to be of 4 letters, which can be alphanumerical format. So it will be taking some time. As you are able to follow, right? Not a problem. Or if you're having any problem, just let me know. So far, everything is clear. How to go for creation of company and create control area. Okay. So Risha, able to follow, right? Not a problem from your end.
Yeah, it's not at all a problem for me.
Right. This is taking some time. Okay. Now you can see once the table has read it up, we are getting one pop-up message. From which company code you want to copy the data. So here we need to enter our reference company code, where I'm taking my reference company code as 1000 over here. Because this is the standard company code provided by SAP, where all the assignments and all the data has been maintained accurately. So I'm taking the standard one as 1000. From 1000, I'm going to copy to our company code, where I'm going to define my company code over here. And I'm defining it by the name APIN, Apple Indian Company Code, which is going to be of 4 letters. You cannot enter more than 4 letters over here, which can be alphanumeric combination. Maintain that data over here and hit on continue. So these are going to be the dependent entries which will be getting copied. So as I told you, they're going to be the GL accounts. Because we want all the GL accounts need to be getting copied. That's the reason we have gone for copying it. So copy the GL accounts for the company code data. Obviously yes, hit on yes over here. Now the reference company code which we are working with is having local currency maintained in euros. But in India, it is not the euros over here. It is going to be the Indian currency INR. So do you want to allocate a different local currency to the target company code? Yes, hit on yes over here. And what is going to be the currency which you are going to allocate it? Maintain that currency, INR. And hit on continue once again. So certain data was not copied over here. Fine. Hit on continue once again. There are inconsistencies in the ledger 8A. Fine. This is nothing but information message. We cannot do anything over here. So just hit on continue. So transport number ranges and addresses. Fine. Hit on continue. Do you really want to transport the number ranges? Obviously yes. And all the data from reference company code, which is 1000. From 1000, all the data is getting copied to our company code, which we have defined as APIN over here. Now, whatever the naming conventions, whatever the assignments, okay, what all the dependent entries which has been activated for 1000 is also going to get assigned, which we need to rename it over here. And we need to do the changes according to our business process. Okay, once the data is getting copied, we will be doing all that necessary changes, and according to our business, we'll be mapping it out. So already like 40% of the data is getting copied over here. Because SAP is using Oracle database, which is nothing but RDBMS database over here. So all the data will be updated in the form of tables. So all the tables associated for company code creation are getting read up, and it is getting copied over here. Once the data has been copied, we got our customization request where we need to update it. So hit on continue over here. There are going to be more set of tables which will be getting copied over here. Now transport number, ranges and addresses. Hit on continue. Now once all the data has been copied, once again it is giving me one pop-up message. From which company code to which company code you want to copy the data. Which is nothing but if you are hitting on copy once again, it is going to be an overlap for the existing data. Now just hit on cancel over here. Hit on cancel. Because we don't want to copy once again the data from 1000. So hit on cancel over here. And these are the dependent entries which has been not copied, which manually I'm trying to copy it. So hit on copy. Okay, just hit on continue as well over here for copying the data. So no need of hitting on cancellation or the close mark. Okay. Now, once all the data has been copied, we are getting one message over here. All the data from company code 1000 has been copied to APIN without 74 number ranges. So hit on continue, and your selected object is company code 1000 and the completed activities. All the data from 1000 has been copied to APIN over here. That means whatever the naming convention you have maintained for 1000 also is applicable for our company code, which we need to rename it. So come back to the main screen, and here you can see the next option, edit company code data. So hit on this activity, edit company code data. A new screen will be getting opened over here, and from the screen we need to select our company code which we have defined it. So hit on position, select our company code APIN. So you can see the naming is coming as IDAS AJ. That is not the naming convention for our company code. So I'm just selecting the particular company code which we have defined it and get into details. And this is going to be the place where I'm going to change the naming. Apple Electronics. And our language key English. And apart from that, we also need to update the address. So get into address tab over here. So here we need to maintain the address. Now how we are going to address it? Doctor, Mr., Ms. or company, maintain that required information. Maintain the address over here. So title, Apple Electronics. So search term, I'm activating at APIN itself for searching the data. City, Hyderabad, 76, maintain postal code information. Hyderabad, country IN. So in country IN, what is going to be the region? All the regions has been updated in SAP. You can need to just check it and maintain that region information. I'm activating it as 01 over here, Andhra Pradesh. And what is going to be the time zone? It is going to be the Indian time zone, where there will be no daylight saving. India. Okay, no summertime. Maintain that information. If you want to go for maintenance of PN box number, I want to maintain anything. And if you want to activate more fields, or you want to capture more data related to your company address, you can see an option called as more fields. You can hit on this more fields, and you can go for maintenance of this data over here. Okay, maintain that information. So enter PO box number. Just maintain some data over here. And communication, where I need to maintain my communication. So like here, I'm updating it as an English over here. Okay. All the languages will be maintained. Select your particular language over here. And if you want to check the preview, how the address will be printed, hit on preview, print preview. And there's going to be the format how the address will be printed. Yeah. Company name, postbox number, pin code, followed by city and India. So hit on continue, hit on copy. Now go for saving this particular entry. We're getting our request where we are updating it. So this is how you go for creation of your company code. Okay. So first thing, we need to copy our company code from reference one, and we need to do the changes according to our requirement. Okay. So that's going to be the third step under financial accounting, creation of our company code. And the final step under financial accounting is going to be define business area. When you hit on this activity, define business area over here. Now, business area functionality. What exactly you mean by business area and what we do? Like, business area is going to provide you the information how much business we are making by selling the products to our customer from different outlets. For example, you are having one outlet in Hyderabad, one outlet in Delhi, one outlet in Chennai. So business area is going to provide you that information. How much business we are maintaining or getting by selling the products at different locations in our India region. So we are going to define one business area over here. So hit on new entries over here and maintain a code for business area. APP. I'm activating as an Apple business area. Okay. Maintain that information over here and go for saving it. Hit on continue. That's it. So we have created our business area over here. So these are going to be the 4 steps which we need to execute under financial accounting. Creation of company, create control area, company code, and business area over here. Now, next step, we need to get into controlling over here. FI is different, controlling is different. Finance will be taking care of outgoing and incoming payments. And CO will be taking care of budget allocation within the organization. Now, how much budget need to be allocated for each and every department? Controlling will be taking care of that particular functionality. And apart from that, it will be also useful for costing purpose. Like they will be deciding at what price we need to go for selling the product, the costing. So if we get into controlling, only one step we need to go for creation is going to be maintain controlling area. So once you hit on this activity, maintain controlling area. So we are not going to copy any controlling area, we are going to define it. So select the second option over here, maintain controlling area. Once you hit on this activity, okay, this is nothing but we are going to call it as log entries. If any other person is also logged into the same screen, we will be getting such kind of messages. So at a time, only one user will be given the access for logging into that particular screen. If you are not getting the access, we need to report this problem to our basis guys and they will be resolving it. Okay. Now here, to resolve this problem, I'm getting into transaction code SM12. Okay, SM12. And SM12 stands for removing the log entries. So remove your client information, username, and hit on continue. So these are the users. Select all and hit on delete. So log entries will be deleted and you will be getting the access for logging in that particular screen. Maintain controlling area. Now how you go for creation of controlling area over here. So hit on new entries over here. Maintain a code for your controlling area. For example, I'm maintaining it as an APP. I'm maintaining controlling area is equivalent to company code. It's nothing but whatever the authorizations the company code is having, the same authorizations is going to be applicable for our controlling area. I'm just maintaining for which company code it is going to be the same, APIN. Once you hit on copy, you can see there are going to be some dependent entries which are maintained. So all these dependent entries will be getting copied from our company code, and your naming convention which you have activated for controlling area will be changed to company code. APIN. Whatever the naming convention you maintain for company code will be copied over here as well. and you can see an option. These are the dependent entries which are getting activated in our company code. And here we need to activate it as controlling area is always same as company code over here, and the chart of accounts is going to be INT. Normally this chart of accounts information will be provided by our finance department. And what you mean by this fiscal year? This fiscal year is nothing but your financial year. In India it is going to be from April to March, so I'm taking the standard as K4. And in the US it is going to be from Jan to December. You can go for K0. Like that, number of financial years has been maintained over here. So this information will be updated by finance department. Just maintain that information over here and go for saving your controlling area. So always your controlling area naming convention is going to be same as company code. So what is the difference between area same as controlling area? Now, same as control. Now we are telling the system that whether the company code is greater than controlling area or not. It is not going to be greater. It always going to be same. Whatever the authorizations the company code is having is going to be applicable for controlling area as well. So that is the information we are maintaining it over here. Okay. Now, so there's how you go for creation of controlling area, where I'm maintaining that information over here. APIN. So these are going to be the different things which we need to do the configuration under financial accounting and controlling. Okay. So for today I'm just stopping it. I don't want to go much faster. So just work it out with this concepts today. In the coming class, we will be completing the total enterprise structure. We will be defining the entities under Logistics General, Sales, MM and LE, and we will be carrying out this assignments, and we are going to finish off our enterprise structure configuration. Okay. Because first day I don't want to get into much faster. At so place I'm going to start it. By next class I'm going to finish up this enterprise structure creation. In the meantime, I'm going to provide you the access as well. You can log in and you can carry out the transactions. Next class is going to be on Tuesday. For me, it would be the Monday for you. Okay.